We've already added a MagnaFlow catback system to our Fiesta ST project car. Makes the car sound a heck of a lot better, plus it adds a few more horsepower as well. The next logical step now that we open up the exhaust system is you open up the intake tract. So today we're going to move our factory air intake and air box and replace it with this high flow cold air kit from Injen. The Injen Cold Air Kit is designed to get as much air as possible into your 1.6 liter engine, but still keeping the air fuel ratio in check, so it does not require a tune to use it. Includes this nano dry filter, heat shield, 6061 aluminum piping, and all necessary hardware for installation. For this installation, you get a 1/4 inch ratchet, 13mm deep socket, 12mm socket, 10mm deep socket, 8mm deep socket, 7mm socket, 6-inch extension, screwdriver, 5mm Allen key, T20 Torx bit, cutting pliers, a small plastic pry bar, and a flashlight. We're going to start by removing the factory air intake, which includes this air box over here, goes over behind the engine and then down to our turbo. The first step is to remove the engine cover. Next, we'll disconnect the MAP sensor as well as the vacuum line. Moving up the intake, we'll disconnect the crankcase tube. Spin that out of the way. Now we're going to loosen up the 2 clamps on the air box and the air intake. We're going to disconnect this vacuum line from the engine to give us more room to get the air intake off. Disconnect the ram air tube so we can remove our air box. Remove this nut here, which holds the factory tube to the engine. You want to keep this. You will be using it to install the new cold air kit. You're also going to remove the engine cover stud. You want to hang on to that. You will be reusing it. Now we're going to disconnect the turbo from the factory cold air kit. This is going to be the hardest part probably to get to, and it's going to be hard to see as well. The clamp is on the turbo, which is way down behind your engine. A small screwdriver might be easier. You can also use a 7mm socket. Once you got it loose, we can rotate the tube and remove it. The last step before you put the stock parts aside is remove the factory MAP sensor from the airbox. Now we'll take the short silicone coupler with just 1 clamp for the turbo side, put that down in place and tighten it up. Now you want to grab this applied vibra mount right below the vacuum fitting we took off earlier. If you follow it down, you'll see a stud down there. The back of this threads right onto the stud. Now grab the heat shield and the seal. The seal goes along the top edge here. Then it's going to curve down and go all the way down to the bottom. What you want to do is figure out right where this corner is going to be and then trim it up for a better fit. Now we're just going to place the heat shield in the car. These 2 holes here are going to line up with the 2 factory tabs from the airbox. This tab here will go to your radiator support. I'm going to put this applied hardware now through the factory mounting holes here. And put washers and lock nuts on the bottom. I'll use provided hardware and thread the other side through using the washer. Before we install the new engine intake tube, we're going to install our mass air sensor. Only fit in one way that lines up. And we'll install and tighten down the supplied screws. Before we install the tube, make sure you put the other clamp on the turbo. And we'll install our engine pipe. You want to feed it in from the driver's side. Slowly work your way around here to get it over into place. Now we'll tighten down the other clamp to our cold air kit. Now we'll install the washers and connect it to the vibra mount we installed earlier. Now we'll reconnect all the crankcase and vacuum fittings we removed earlier. Make sure you hear a click. That's going to be a tight fit to put on. Don't forget to reconnect the mass air sensor. Once everything fitted, the tube tight, I will tighten up this nut for the bracket on the side with the vibra mount. Once the tube's in place, we'll install the air filter. Last step is to reinstall the stud so we can put our engine cover back on. And our installation is finished.